Hello, my name is Shuttley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Japan. In previous episode, we started industrializing the areas that we conquered from China for the most part. I mean, the war against Russia is still ongoing, but it's not going to be having a lot of action until they're willing to take the White Peas, which is still going to take some time. The war support is at least dropping, just not very quickly. It's about half a point per month, and we're losing it slightly more than they are. But at least the amount of radicals that we have is dropping now. Plus the population is increasing total, so the percentage that they are from the population is definitely going down. And the loyalist numbers are also going up, so that's helping us a long way. We do have some other nations trading with us, but we're not actually... I do wonder... Oh, right, that's inactive trade route. I suppose we can cancel that one. So of the nations having trade routes in here... Oh, I do have some trade routes with Dutch East Indies. I do actually wonder, would there be any other trade routes that I could pull off? There's some tobacco that is quite cheap. If we have a look at productivity, Ottoman market would be potentially good, although I think they might not be letting us trade there. With all the convoy raiding and all that. We could probably give it a try at least. We don't have a... Oh, right, yeah. That's inactive right now. Are they... I don't know. Grain is another that we could probably sell a lot to the Italians, for example. See if they take that trade deal. But like that way we can get a little bit more profit out of our industries. Our GDP has dropped a little bit there between a few things that we've done, changing some of the productions. But at the same time, I think we are mostly okay. Like, it still grow... Well, it's gonna grow as soon as we start building more things. Oh, we're not building at full speed right now. Alright then, over here we could get maybe a little bit more furniture manufacturing, some tooling workshops, a couple of arts academies probably don't hurt, some motor industries, and all that. Like, there's a lot of things that we can build, and it will be expanding a lot of the things naturally as well. So now we're losing a bit of cash, but how's the Prussian gold reserves doing? It is going down slowly. Well, at this stage, once the war support for them has dropped low enough, they will take the White Peas. Ah, there we go, aircraft carrier. Oh, we do need the aviation, all the aeroplanes in there. Okay, so I suppose that's the next thing that... Well, actually, let's get the modern battle fleet tactics, then we can go for the military aviation, because that's the only one in here. In the society, we're getting the antibiotics, which does increase the amount of, or the max health investment that we can have, which is not bad. And we're building basically everything in here right now. Hopefully that will improve the standard of living in there. I mean, I think it's slowly improving it. But it's going to take a while before it's, like, fully upgraded. Plus, there's just so many peasants in there that we need to build a lot of things in here before it's fully taking root there, as it were. Getting a bit of steel mills, some food industries. Maybe we'll get another few levels of food industries there. Getting some more motor industries here. We'll get a few more shipyards as well. Some more glassworks and textile mills. That's going to be a lot of construction going. Plus, I suppose over here we should get some more government administrations, because I know that we are taxing in here, or trying to, but not very successfully. So that's going to help us a little bit at least. It looks like the Korean relations are now... Oh, actually, we did start bankrolling them, right? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh, relations get... Oh, hold on a minute. They are rebellious. Tyrannical oppressor? What do you mean? We're not oppressing you. Well, maybe a little bit. But it doesn't count when we do it. So we lost some convoys. Bankroll broken. But I mean, our relations are not poor is the problem. I guess we'll just wait until we go above zero, and then maybe we should try again. We're losing about £250,000 per week. So eventually we're going to run out of money. Well, I mean, we've got plenty of debt that we can have, so it's not going to be the end of the world. But it's still going to be a little bit upsetting. But overall, I'd say we've forged a nice empire. There's definitely a lot of stuff over here that we could have taken, including a lot of Australia, but we got distracted and bogged down with other wars and all that. The interpretation of dreams. The Reservoir Doctor from the University of Yunnan has been conducting newfangled investigations in the camp of psychiatry, emphasizing the role that the unconscious mind and buried childhood memories play in psychological pathologies. He may continue his investigation at university, so university building throughput for 5 years, 10 plus 10%. Intelligentsia would love us a bit more. Brilliant mind deserves a prominent role. Oh, leader of intelligentsia. Or he can continue his investigation at university, I guess. Unfortunately, our problem is that we don't have enough literary to get the proper bonuses for the innovation, or the max innovation per weekly. But, you know, we still got okay numbers in there. 150 isn't too bad. Colonial affairs investment decreased, so now we got a lot of bureaucracy again. Good. I suppose we also built a lot of the administration buildings, didn't we? At least we're building some somewhere, that's for sure. Building a lot of tools. Also, I can see that this area is having a bit of railway issues, or infrastructure issues in general. I suppose, technically speaking, if we were to switch this to the diesel trains, it would reduce the electricity use a lot. It would increase the oil use a lot as well. But I suppose, you know, getting the infrastructure in there is probably going to be a better idea. Legitimacy is still pretty high overall. And the loyalist numbers are still climbing up, whereas the radicals are dropping down. If we're going to get that, I don't think we can get that below 20, to be fair. It would take a lot of work to get it there. Did we put in the extra tax, though? We did put in the porcelain tax, yes. Still getting 227,000. Let's just double check if there's... No, there's not any better ones in there. I suppose since we lower the taxation in general. And our GDP is still pretty decent. Standard of living would drop down to number 14 worldwide again, although it is slowly increasing. Especially around here, it should be increasing quite quickly by now. We could probably get a few more farms or something. Let's get another 10 silk plantations there. We can maybe get another 10 wheat plantation. All discovered in forest. I mean, good for them. The tobacco plantations, the price of tobacco is probably not very high. Yeah, no, it isn't. And then over here, let's, I suppose, is cotton something that we need? Well, we need a little bit of fabric, but probably not going to be worthwhile, the effort. We'll give it an upgrade regardless. Modern battle fleet tactics. Huzzah! We could go for the antibiotics, or we could go for the military aviation now to get that one done. Flash raising and then oil turbines are the ones in production, so I think production techs are going to be completed fully. I suppose if we wanted to get... no, you know what? I'm going to go for the antibiotics, actually, for the research. That's probably going to be a smarter option. We might just about have enough time to increase the investment for healthcare up a little bit. Oh, France is trying to damage the relations that we have with them. Social security investment increase, good. So that should also have a bit of an increase in the standard of living, at least for the sort of poorer people. Oh, we got 66.6%. Oh, it was 66.69% there for a little bit for the literary rate. Oh, restricted child labor. There's a little bit of support for it. Armed forces would support it. Industrialists would oppose that. It's only 10% chance, but that would increase the max education institution. Let's have a look at the institutions, actually. Is there anything else that would increase? So the health insurance, or health investment rather, is going to be done there soon enough. Or available to us soon enough once the tech is done. And that is already reducing the numbers that we... Technically speaking, we could increase the social security even further, but I don't really want to increase the social security or welfare payments too high. I mean, it's already pretty darn high in there overall, so we could probably let that be for now. Looks like we need a lot more engines, though. We've got the motor engines in here. We could probably give that a few more levels. Okay, and at least a 5, so it's going to be a full 100 there. Throughput is extra 70% there as well, so that's not too shabby. We could, if we start producing automobiles, the engine price would go up a little bit, automobile price would plummet. We'd need a lot more oil and rubber though, so maybe we'll just keep this one as an engine. Ooh, actually, if we go for diesel engine, no, that would be almost 5,000 extra oil that we need. No, no, no. Not touching that one. Oh, but now we're not building a lot. How about we put in a bit, I suppose it might have been just... Oh yeah, it's too long of a distance. Okay, so we'll just wait for that one for a little bit. And then it's going to start filling up the construction queue again. It'll be fine. There we go, 20.2 standard of living. So we can see that these are already slowly improving in there in the standard. Everything else is doing mostly the same or even better than they were before. Losing some convoys though, that doesn't make me happy. Is Korea still... They are still rebellious. I mean, we do have a bit of infamy, I do admit that. I'm going to double check. If we do the Bankrolling, it breaks it again. I suppose since they are rebellious, it's just giving the wrong reason why it's not accepting it. I'm guessing these are rebellious as well? Yeah, they are. We got gold relations with them. I mean, we're slowly improving it. It seems to be taking a while. So where are our convoys being sank? I believe it's still over here. Yeah, it's still over there. I don't know which convoys they are actually sinking. So how many fleets do they have total? Oh, they would take a white peace. Peace in our time. Finally. So no longer convoys being sank, and that reduces the expenditure for our military drastically. That's gonna be good. There's that one, that's 25 weeks. So technically speaking, now they should add in more things there. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a lot of things that were added into the construction queue. And then that's a bit long one, so it's gonna take a while before they add in a few more things in there. But slowly but surely, the GDP is increasing. We're 1.84 billion. If we want to reach the 2 billion mark, though, we do need to increase our productions a lot further. Let's just get another 10 motor industries in there. We've got a steel mill over here. Steel price isn't too bad. We could probably give that a bit of an upgrade there. Let those auto upgrade as well. Glassworks, we could probably get a few more glassworks there. Tooling workshops is something we always need more, and Arts Academy is probably another thing that we need more. So that's a few more things under construction. I suppose in Xinjiang we could also give a few more upgrades there, like for the glassworks and motor engines both, and maybe a few more power plants. Maybe that'll be fine, and most of the farmlands aren't making a lot of profit, admittedly. I suppose the farm, or the grain price, for example, is basically nothing, so that's not helping us anyway, shape or form. There we go, so 1.87, it's gonna at least hit 1.9 billion. If we keep the construction queue, oh, there we go, antibiotics unlocked. Let's go and we'll go for the, taxation capacity from the mass surveillance. I'm gonna give the flash freezing a bit of boost, get that done real quick, and then at that point we should have another society tech underway already. So we can maybe complete that one. But we do need to get a bit more construction going. Do we still have... Oh yeah, tax collection capacity over here in northern or southern Manchuria. Oh, but this is not an incorporated state, so we don't need to worry about that one. Over here we got enough tax capacity. We're not incorporating those. I mean, we could, but it's not going to complete by the end of the game, so it's kind of pointless. We'll get a few government administrations in Formosa, get a bit more taxes out of it, and then is there any other areas where... Ooh. You've got low market access in... Where's this one, actually? Oh, right, over here. Is this an incorporated state? No. Got a bit of low infrastructure, though. Give it a couple ports, I guess, and we'll be mostly fixed. Right, so for the extra constructions in here, especially... There's 3 million peasants there, 2 million... 3.5 million over here, so this one's definitely something that needs to be increased. Maybe we could get some electric industries in here as well. Although I know that we got some already somewhere around here, for example, as well. Give that another few levels. And then these ones, there's not... Well, I suppose there's still some farmlands and such that we could do. Maybe some tea plantations. Livestock ranches, we could probably get a few more. Well, I suppose it's mostly going to be just the industries. Increasing the numbers of these that we have in here. Or the levels of the ones that we have already. Arts Academies, give the glassworks a bit of upgrade there. And the steel mill is already getting a lot of upgrades. Food industry is probably going to get a few more as well. So that's going to be a lot of industries underway. They will be completed before the end of the game, surely. But that is slowly running out of time. Not for this episode yet, but for the game in all fairness. Right, so we still need a lot of electricity. That's something that we are building in a lot of places. Let's give it a few levels over here. And we could maybe give it a few more levels over there. I mean, that is a massive throughput of industry or power in here. We produce over 10,000 just in Kansai. There we go, flat freezing unlocked. Let's have a look at the society text now. So what are we working on? Paved roads. More infrastructure is not a bad idea, actually. So we'll get that done. That's going to be one of the last texts. Well, not the last text, but one of the last texts that we'll be able to complete with our input. Of course, the automatically expanding ones or spreading ones will be done hopefully soon enough. So are you still rebellious? You are. Yeah, but the relations are at least improving. So in a couple of months we'll have them at least be on the positive side of things. I could grant them independence. I don't think I will, though. I could annex them, but I don't think I want to do that one either. That would just lower the standard of living even further, which I'm trying to improve right now. We're number 12 worldwide. Still got quite a bit of... Well, actually, it's only 0.4 to reach the top 10, potentially. And if we just increase the standard of living around here, like this one's 14, 0.2, 14.7, and 14.6. So all of these are improving. The question is, of course, is it improving fast enough? And that one I'm not entirely sure. Definitely got a lot of these various buildings here as well underway. So Kansai is still... Oh, running out of infrastructure, actually. Alright, well, let's get another 10 railways there. Where else do we have low infrastructure? So Shikoku is having a bit of a problem. Give them another 5 railways there. We don't have any ports there. Let's just give them the ports as well. And then Tohoku is something that could use a bit of boost as well. We could also get the fishing wharfs in there. But then we'll get the ports in there and... Well, we'll get a few railways, just in case. Let's have a look. Is there any other areas that we desperately need to upgrade? Looks like Northern Sumatra could use a bit of boost. Give them a few more railways. Are these using the... They are using the electric railway, so in theory it should be fine, but they don't have enough pops working there. Right, do we have... We don't have a university in here, so getting the qualifications is problematic. We'll get one in there. Is there any other areas that we need to upgrade? Other than Australia. Actually, Australia is doing it a lot better now. This one's still having a bit of issues, but it's getting hopefully slightly better. We've got the diesel engines there. They are actually fully hired on the... Okay, and the port is something that we could maybe upgrade a little bit more. Get one more level there. But it looks like it's slightly getting better at least, and it's getting more population. Oh wow, standard of living 26.5. That is pretty good. What about Kansai? What's that? That's 23. And our capital we got 21.3. 22, 23, 22, 25 in Shikoku. Alright. So yeah, we got some places that are really high in standard of living, and then other places that are not quite as high. About to hit 1.9 billion GDP. We've still got a decent bit of construction going. That's at least helping. Oh, there's support for the restricted child labor. But if we do that, the industrialists would hate us. So I'm not going to go for that one. And we're making pretty good amount of money. We've got almost 13 million right now as reserves, but we didn't run out of money during that war against Prussia. I'm pretty happy about that one, for sure. Oh, well, the innovation cap is... Oh, it's only 150. Oh, we had some boost for that, didn't we? It was a small boost, but it was a boost nonetheless. I think, at least. We're still making more than what we have the tech spread. So, you know, we're still going to be getting the techs done faster. So in military, we're getting the military aviation. In production... Still the oil turbine, and that's going to be done most likely. All discovered in Ager, good. Military, that's going to be done. In paved roads is something that we can get, hopefully. I mean, we could get the minting and loan interest maybe after that. Or, well, depends on what's going to be spreading. I'll think, oh, photographs of Japan. More legitimacy is not necessarily a bad idea. I'll take it. And then Rubber Rush, this place seems to be... perfect for it, wherever that was. No politician died. Oh, so how's the steel price? It's going up now. So I'm guessing the steel mills over here could use a bit more levels. I mean, they are still hiring a lot of people, which, to be fair, I probably shouldn't be too surprised. I'm going to reduce the coal use in here. A bit more labor is being used, so that will be a bit more profitable. I suppose we could do something similar. No, actually, that's not using that sort of stuff. Mechanized looms is probably fine. Although I suppose we could just go for the sort of raw input of workers in here. Oh, that's manual glass blowing. Okay, that's fine. Open centers, we don't need to touch, quite frankly. But textile mill, yeah, we did that one already. Shipyards, we can't do anything in there. Right, let's have a look at the other areas. So, food and... Oh, right, the automated door rollers is something... Or automated bakery, rather, is something that we could do. We don't need to, because we got the enough, or mostly enough population in most of the areas, at least, to do the work otherwise. But steel mill over here, if we go for hand assembly, that's going to be a lot more laborers, but also it's going to be a lot more profitable production there, and I suppose we could do the same with... No, actually the tooling workshop is already good enough. The furniture is some... No, that's not using the restrictions there either. We're going to go for the hand assembly for the engines. And the power production, well, there's nothing over there that I can do. We got the Forbidden City, which is more prestige and authority. Oh, that's where we got the extra authority, isn't it? And plus 20 legitimacy from including the head of state and government. Ooh. So that, okay, yeah, we got 100 legitimacy, so we don't need to worry about that one for now. And that's going to increase the loyalists quite drastically, I reckon. Hopefully start reducing the radicals as well a little bit, but I don't think we'll be able to go below 20 million. But, you know, if we can... Yeah, I don't think these numbers are going to be changing too much. We are on the last year of the game. But it looks like... a standard of living, I mean, it's still number 13 worldwide. Still got a long ways to go. I mean, especially if we can just increase the productivity in here. Maybe we should just... I'm just going to go quickly through the areas and make sure that we're using as much labor in these as possible. Make the production even more profitable in a lot of places. In that regard. Plus they can hire more, so that means more people can get jobs. And that way they'll get a lot more production overall. Or a lot more standard of living overall. There we go, so let's see if that has an increase on the GDP. I mean, it's still 80 million away, so it's a bit of a risky one. I don't know if we'll be able to reach the 2 billion, but it is growing. And standard of living now, hopefully if they can hire enough people, then it might be going up to 21 at least. I don't think we'll be able to go much beyond 21, but 21 is potentially still reachable, I dare say. As long as we could just hire as much people as possible, quite frankly. Is there... Actually, if we were to go... No, actually, we want to have the best production in there. We'd maybe reduce the tool uses in the textile mill, at least. Is there anything else? I mean, we've got the textile mill over here as well, hiring currently a lot of people. Maybe Xinjiang is another place that we could do a few things like that. Lead mines don't have that stuff. Fishing walls, we can probably reduce the... Just go with the unrefrigerated. And then I suppose the plantation, that's not using stuff anyway. We don't have that many peasants in here, but it probably wouldn't hurt if we reduced the usage of all the things. Like the logging camps, we could just put in the horse-drawn stuff there. And the road cards, so that reduces the transport need as well. Plus it might increase the profitability of all those. So we've got 1.94 billion now. And it's still growing. We got actually not that many buildings in the production queue right now. Let's go ahead and put in a few more furniture, a few more art academies, and maybe a few more tool workshops. Tooling, electricity, I suppose we can get some more electricity production as well. And oil are the biggest ones that we need right now. We've got a massive surplus of services, grain, and fabrics. So I guess that's all good. Over here we could, actually, this one's still the biggest one in terms of total population. Get the textile mills a bit more, glassworks a bit more, maybe a few more shipyards. We got the electric industries being built there as well. That's quite a few more buildings, but I think we'll be able to complete these buildings still, but not necessarily much beyond that. Oh, oil discovered in Shaanxi. That's just outside our reach as well. Oh, that's 13 oil rigs there. Damn. That would have been quite nice. I do wonder though, could we maybe do some more trading? There's a lot of liquor that... Ooh, actually fabrics. Is there anyone willing to buy that? Italians might be willing to buy that. Assuming that they don't embargo us. Clothing is something that we could sell to the Ottomans. And maybe to Brazilians. And then liquor. Ooh, Italians want a lot. Sure. That's a few more trade routes at least. Assuming no embargoes, we should be able to get a good amount of money out of those. And maybe start increasing standard of living because we get more trade routes and all that. So, more shipkeepers. Number 15 worldwide on the standard of living though. At least we are above 20 in the total value in there. But I would like to reach 21. I think that would be a good sort of... oh, more oil discovered in Irkutsk. Alright then. But that would be sort of a nice little step in there. Like 20 is okay. 21 would be getting us close to the top 10 at least. But admittedly, we got a massive population, so, you know, it's understandable that we won't be able to have initially quite as... Oh, that's some Spanish stuff. I don't need to worry about that one. Probably a revolution in Mindanao or something. Yep. Or Maguindanao, sorry. I've been mispronouncing that for a while, haven't I? Oh well, it happens. Let's get some motor industries in here, and I suppose we could also get a lot of these... actually, the plantations and such would be an easy way to get a lot of extra workforce hired, because those will hire fairly quickly. They build rather quickly as well, and they're fairly cheap to build. And that is also going to be a, sort of a pretty good push for the standard of living increases overall. But it's not going to be massive. It's mostly laborers, which are very easy to hire, and they'll get better pay than they would get otherwise. Radical numbers, well, it's still 22.8 million. They might get that below 22 million by the end of the playthrough, and we'll have over 33 million loyalists at least. So it would be about 1/6 of the total population right now. It's not too bad. So we got 20.5 right now for the standard of living. And I know that we're technically speaking approaching to the end of the episode here in terms of timing, but oh, oil discovered in Eastern New Guinea. Oh, oil and rubber rush. So Eastern New Guinea, do we have? Oh yeah, we can get another oil rig there. I suppose the Russians probably have. Oh yeah, it's a lot than on the Russian side. Not so much on our side, but you know, at least we're getting something out of there. We're still getting okay amount of money. We've got 17.6 million gold reserves. We've got fairly low taxes, which technically speaking we could increase the taxes, but I don't want to. Oh, oil discovered in Eastern Java. Well, that's not our territory, admittedly. So, nothing to worry about there, I guess. We've got a lot of bureaucracy. I'm not going to touch that. Oh, actually, did I put in the healthcare stuff? No, I didn't. We can start increasing that. It's not going to be completed by the end of the game. But also increase that one. And that's about it in terms of the institutions. We're not going to get anything else. We should be getting the paved roads down at least, so that's going to be very useful. Oh, and it looks like we need more fertilizer. Maybe we should get another chemical plant over here somewhere. Like over here. I don't know if this will be completed, to be fair, but you know. Actually, no, I don't think it will be. Overall, we've had pretty good. How's the GDP? Oh, 1.98, so we are probably going to hit the 2 billion mark there. 20.6 standard of living. Population is also increasing at a massive speed. It's not going to hit 200 million, but it's pretty close up there. And the radicals, I mean, they are reducing, but I don't think they're going to go below 22 million. I can hope that it goes up there. Oh, and the literacy rate is still quite bad. I mean, well, it's slowly improving at least, so that means that we can get a bit more innovation. Without the innovation cap, how much could we have? 265, okay, yeah. We've got plenty of universities, let's just say. So that's definitely not a worry that I have. Jutsian, are you still... You're still rebellious. So I don't think I can do much there. And Dynam is no doubt rebellious as well. Hey, paper road's completed. Let's have a look at Dynam first. They are actually loyal now. But I can't bankroll them yet. I'm surprised that they're loyal. Like, how are they? Subject relation... Okay. And poor relations... Okay, that's at 0 right now. But yeah, we just need to improve the relations a bit further and then they'll be fine. Korea, on the other hand, not so much. Let's go ahead and get the... We could get the oil turbine done. Maybe. It's going to kind of close, but if I can get that one... Or the aviation, that would be 4 to 6 months. That's a guarantee of getting it done. Well, actually, it's not necessarily a guarantee, but we can probably get that done. So it'll hopefully help. And there we go. We've got 2 billion GDP. Per capita is 10.27, so still in the top 10 worldwide. And standard of living, we got 20.6. We still got a few more months' time to reach 21 standard of living that we're trying to go for. I don't think we'll be necessarily reaching it, but we're going to get a lot of livestock ranches and these plantations and such in here, in these territories, so that should hopefully start increasing standard of living even further. I mean, we can see that it is going up. Not necessarily quite as much as I was hoping for, but it's going up. And the GDP is still in a massive upward trajectory. Like, it's just... It's insane. At least with the standard of living increases, that does mean that radical numbers are dropping. We're probably going to go through a lot of the... Actually, we can see the population stats in the end screen there, so once we do end the playthrough, but we'll go... show a little bit of what it looks like in especially central Japan over here, because that is probably very, very urbanized. So we'll have a look at that after, once we reach somewhere around mid-December is probably when we'll have a look around the things. Oh, Hebei needs a bit more infrastructure. Not necessarily surprising. We'll get some going in there, although I'm pretty sure that it won't be built. Yeah, no, that won't be completed. Got plenty of bureaucracy. Authority, we don't have a lot of extra, but it's still sufficient amount. We're still making massive on. Could we actually reduce the taxes even further? I'm going to do that. The legitimacy is going to be massive, and standard of living, 20.8 now. Okay, I don't know. Maybe, just maybe we can get the standard of living even higher. If they can get their things bought a little bit easier and all that. But like this low stratus, 18.9 is not bad. We could probably get, like, at some point we probably could have gotten that to 20. But like we've been expanding so aggressively, that's kind of hindered us there. But 20.9 already, we're still number 12 worldwide. But not that well, actually, we'd have to get quite a bit higher to reach the top 10 in there. So that's a bit of a failure on that front. But overall, I'd say we've done pretty well in this playthrough. 2 billion GDP, 2.1 billion GDP actually, so that's even better than what we had in the Cyan playthrough, although we did start with a lot larger population and all that, so that's made a massive difference there. Alright, it's already November. Oh, there we go, 21.1. There we go, low strata is still 19.1, but it's looking pretty decent in there. And now that it's about to be December, let's praise ourselves and zoom in. We can see that it's quite full over here in Kyushu already. That's been building a lot of things in there. And of course, Hiroshima over there is, well, it's not too bad actually, in comparison. There should be a lot of farmlands being utilized in... Is this the farmlands? Probably, at least some of it. Then over here, there's... Oh wow, this island is built almost fully. Right, well no wonder that it's pretty high standard of living there. And then here we are. Kyoto is stretching... It's basically just one urban area stretching all the way here. Not all the way to Tokyo though, but this is all one massive urban area. Because these were the two states that we were building a lot in early on, especially with the industry and all that. Like over here, how much? Oh, urban centers, 175 urban centers there, and we got another 95 over here. So that's, yeah, pretty high overall. We've got pretty good amount of stuff there. We've got a lot of the industries and resource mining on these states as well. But overall, not too bad, not too bad. What about Hokkaido? It's not... Yeah, it doesn't have quite as much as the other places, but it's just the population is very small in there. Then if we have a look at, like, the Beijing area, how is that looking? It's certainly urbanizing there, that's for sure. There would be even more if we kept going much longer, but of course we can't do that. But I think that's the more important stuff there in terms of how it's looking. We're going to have a look at the population real quick. So we've still got about 24% peasants. We'll be seeing these numbers a bit more in the end screen, so I'm not going to go through all of that. But we are fairly secure in our standard of living, so I'm not too upset about that. We've got 51 million politically involved people as well. So that's not too bad either. In terms of the politics, we managed to pass... most of the laws that we wanted. I mean, getting the children laws or children rights laws would have been probably okay, but you know, it's just the industrialists would hate that, and we're kind of role-playing to go with the leader, so the leader probably wouldn't like that either. Then, thus, since we're not a democracy, we're not gonna go for something that he doesn't enjoy. No, we did manage to get the radicals down. Oh, and Hawaii had something going on there. I don't know what. Well, there's a lot of backing down apparently in the various areas. So now we're losing a bit of money, but overall the standard of living is pretty good. And with a bit of extra construction in here, we'd probably be able to turn a profit again. And all that, so that's good. How's the investment pool? Almost 400 million. Alright. That's, yeah, a lot of wasted money there, let's just say. If we had turned... I don't remember. If you become a communist, do you take over the investment pool? I don't think you do you? I've never been a communist. Oh, against the odds. Yeah, probably take that one. But yeah, overall we managed to increase our population from about, what, 30 million to 190 or something like that, so it's not bad. Standard of living, we started with okay, well, it was around 10, wasn't it, where we started. And the prestige, well, we started with fairly low prestige. The total population, judging by the numbers here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes, so it's about, yeah, about 1/6 of what we have, so probably about 30 million what we started with. I don't remember the exact numbers anymore. And most are Buddhist. There's a fair bit of Shintos as well. And Japanese and Han make the majority, and Manchu make the majority of the population. Still a massive amount of laborers and peasants. I mean, the laborers is kind of expected. The peasants is still, yeah, it was a massive amount of them. But a lot of that was caught in the last few years, to be fair. Around here, when the standard of living started stagnating a little bit. The political strength, mostly laborers, machinists, and engineers, actually. Well, that's the top 3 at least. But the political strength, Japanese, Han, and Min. And then the British were the biggest... I mean, we had Buddhism as the state religion for a long while. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, overall it was a pretty good run. So I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or in a few days. But anyway, we're going to be giving Vicky 3 a break for a little while. We will return to it eventually, though. Probably once the next patch is fully out and all that. And I've had some time to play some other games as well. But I think... the next run is probably going to be EU4, maybe Anbenar. I've not touched that mod in a long while. I kind of wanted to take a look at it, but I've just not had the time. So that's probably what we're going to be doing next on the channel. Do make sure to check out my Twitch channel as well. I do stream there usually about 4 days a week of various games. Sometimes one of the days per week is also for strategy games. Currently being playing Heart of Iron 3 there. I might get the streams, or especially Heart of Iron 3 videos, or the streams as videos for YouTube as well at some point, but that has not been a priority right now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the series, and I hope to see you in the next series that we're going to be doing. So, thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.